What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're once again back at it, this time in the A320. It's been a bit. You know, some things have kind of changed with the last patch. Supposedly, we got a patch coming out tomorrow, an update for the sim. So I finally got the A320. I think it's kind of working right with the A320NX mod by FlybyWire. I think that's the correct name. It seems like it's working pretty good, pretty stable. It was working good, and then they did the patch and it wasn't working good, and then I thought it was working good, and then next thing I know I had engines shutting down. So I don't know. We're gonna try this and see. We did have a user request that we make a flight into Guadalajara. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly from Mexico City to Guadalajara. And Mexico City so far has been one of my favorite airports. Love the mountain approaches and the mountains around the city, and it's really high altitude. Plus I'm kind of curious to see what the engines do on this high altitude takeoff. Are they going to be all wonky and crazy like they were last time, or are they actually going to work right? Because who knows? You know, don't get me wrong, I love Microsoft Flight Simulator, 2020, but it's definitely got its share of bugs. It's going through some growing pains. I do think that eventually they all will be resolved and it'll turn into a nice product, but just have to kind of go with what we got now. Anyway, we're not going to be doing a weather look. Weather's fine. There's nothing going down in Mexico right now. There may be some clouds in Guadalajara. Yeah, broken at 2500. That may resolve by the time we get there. Everything else is perfect VFR though. So we're going to go with what we got. We've got ATC up we got Pilot2ATC up and running. Got a few days left on the trial, so we're going to continue with that and see how this works out. We are sitting on a ramp in Mexico City, and we have got our clearance. Everything should be set up and ready to go. All we gotta do is just get our taxi instructions. So with that said, let's pull this up for ground. I need to go to ground, so let's do that real fast. Where are you at? 121, okay. Not going to look at the phrase on this. I'm going to try it myself and see if this will work. It probably won't, but we'll see. Volaris 744 ready to taxi for departure, runway 5 right.
Volaris 744 taxi to runway 05 right via taxiways Bravo 2, hold short runway 05 left, and runway 05 right.
Alright, cleared to taxi, so we'll go with that. We'll say it back.
05 right
you know, my replies have been kind of wonky, so I don't generally reply back too much. I'm still figuring it out. So let's go ahead and put our transponder on, and everything looks good to go in Pilot2ATC. Everything looks good to go in the airplane. We do have takeoff flaps set. I think that was something that was, oops, and I just took it off. Something that was done in the last patch for the A320 mod was that it automatically defaults to takeoff flaps and your flight director on, and maybe a few other things. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but all right, let's hop out of the airplane. Let's get in a good taxi position, because I like just watching a plane taxi. I think it's really cool. But we are in the Neo scheme. This is supposed to be a Volaris flight, but we'll say this is a lease plane or something. I don't know. It's supposed to have the Volaris scheme on it, but for some reason it does not. So we'll go with that. We'll say either it's a new plane or a lease or something that hasn't been repainted. I've got everything set up and ready to go. I'm afraid that if I hop out to try to change it again, that something will break. Because you really just never, you never know. So we'll use a little artistic license with this. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend. We did. It was pretty
Volaris
nice.
744 clear to cross runway 05 left.
Okay, cleared cross. Cleared across 5 left, Volaris 744. Pretty good weekend. Meredith had to work this weekend, so that was kind of a bummer, but it wasn't bad. We had a good weekend. And we did get to play some WoW last night. If you see our WoW video posted today, don't freak out thinking that we're not doing flight sim videos. I'm still very much into flight simming. We play a lot of stuff, and I've done several videos with her in the past. We haven't had a chance to here lately. But, I do want to have more content on here than just Flight Simulator. And we will, but I do plan on still doing flight sim videos regularly, you know.
Contact tower on 118.15.
Alright, tower, 118.15. Where are you at? Where is tower at? 118.15. Alright, let me get this situated, and we'll get back to talking about everything here. Let's see. Volaris 744 ready for departure, runway 05 right.
Aircraft calling tower, say again with your call sign.
Volaris 744 ready for takeoff, runway 5 right.
Volaris 744 winds are 344 at 8 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 05 right.
Alright. We're good to go. Let's roll on out here. Get lined up on the runway. Gorgeous Mexico City. Look at that weather. Look at the weather and the scenery. Love the mountains. We had quite the thrilling approach into Mexico City the first time because I wasn't familiar with the airport. I wasn't really familiar with any of it. I knew Mexico City was up in the mountains, but I didn't know it was such a high altitude, and I didn't know it was like in a big bowl. A big valley, you know, so yeah, that was quite the approach when you don't know the plate, you don't know really what's going on, and we made it work though. We may or may not have almost flown into some terrain, but you know, we recovered quickly from that, and we learned our lesson on that. Always be prepared, look over your charts and plates and all that stuff. So let's get lined up here. Alright, let's sit here for just a second while we go over everything. And go back to that. Let's get into plane. Okay. We're going to let's see, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Alright, landing lights are on, taxi lights on, nose logo, strobe is on auto. Let's put on a no smoking. No smoking, people. Not anymore, though. I do remember flying back when I was a kid, back in the late 70s, early 80s. It was a really common thing. The cabin would be smoky as hell. I mean, it'd just be like a fog in there. All right, you know what? We're going to pause this right here real quick, and I'm going to take a peek at our departure chart really fast. All right. So we're back. We are departing. There's a little bit of a discrepancy here. SimBrief has us departing on the TLC, what is it? The TLC 6A. The only chart I can find for it. These international charts are sometimes kind of hard to find. And it has the TLC 1A. This is an older chart. So I'm going to assume that they are the same, basically the same. It's the best we can do, honestly. I don't have up-to-date charts for Mexico City, so we'll go off the 1A and see what happens. I mean, really, it looks like it's the exact same flight path. And altitudes, let's see. Only see maintain 15,000 until crossing the D15 for TLC. Climb via the MEX R052 to Vassos, turn right to intercept OTU R197, then D21 to OTU, turn right to intercept TLC. Yeah, okay, that, and it says maintain 5,000. We've been cleared up to 28,000 on our cleared, so we're good with that. All right, so everything looks good. Got takeoff flaps, altimeter set. All right, let's crack the throttle and get rolling. Alright, all the way with the throttle. Hopefully this is going to do better. I certainly hope so. I've had some fits with the plane in Mexico City, the high altitude takeoffs. It's like the engines like they derate or something. I don't know if they're trying to now or not. It looks like they are. Yeah, they're doing the same thing. That hasn't been fixed, which really kind of sucks, but you know, we just have to do what we can. All right, we're at V1. We will rotate and oh, come on, you can do it. There we go. We're up, positive rate climb. Gear up. Yeah, okay. We're climbing out slowly. We're climbing out. We'll do it. You can do it. Come on. All right, so let's go back to a climb thrust. Let's go to the climb gate. And let's lower the nose down just a tad. Wow, yeah, she's really what is our no, we need to do selected airspeed mode and go all the way up, please, all the way up. All right, autopilot 1, and let's go to engage selected altitude. Let's do that. All right, and let's go ahead and see about getting our flaps up. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm a little bit rusty with this thing already. It's been like a week since I've flown it, so it is definitely a little rusty with it here.
Contact Mexico departure on 129.1. Have a nice day.
I really manage heading mode. Let's do that. Okay, there we go. Hopefully we will not fly into any mountains, and we got to talk to departure on 129.1. Okay, departure, where are you? 129.1. Volaris 744 with you, climbing to flight level 280.
Volaris 744, good afternoon. Radar contact. Volaris 744, you are off course. Turn right heading 153 to return to course.
Well, we're working on it.
Volaris 744, resume navigation.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, the plane, I mean, it's doing it. I don't know which, you know, you cut me a little slack. It's been a week, it's been a minute since we've been in here. All right, we're above 10,000 feet. So let's get the landing lights off and retracted, the nose light off. And let's see, seatbelt light is on. Okay, so I think we're good with this. I do, I think we're good. Everything looks good so far. The climb out was a little bit dicey starting out with the, wow, look at that. Beautiful Mexico City. Look at, it's just such a huge, sprawling city. I mean, it just goes as far as I can see up into the mountains. Very nice. Don't really know much about the city itself, so I wouldn't be able to point out any kind of landmarks or anything for you guys. If you're from the area or you're familiar with it, then I'm sure you would know, but yeah, I don't know anything about it myself. But it is honestly quite impressive. It's a really cool approach to fly into, and it's definitely one of my top approaches that I like to fly. This Mexico City, Albuquerque to 26, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, that's another good one. Salt Lake City, that's one I really liked. You know,
Volaris 744, you are off course. Turn left heading 213 to return to course.
We're getting on course, dude. I mean, I don't know. Let me look at my looking Pilot2ATC here. Yeah, we're a little bit off compared to what they have. There's some kind of discrepancy between what SimBrief has me flying and what Pilot2ATC has me doing. So, You know what? We're going to go selected heading, and we'll go back to see, what did it say? 215. We'll make ATC happy. We'll head back that way. Little bit. All right. And it shows us own course here, but not for Pilot2ATC. So we'll see what it does. And we're climbing through 18,000. We'll take care of that. And we need to bump our speed
Volaris
on up.
744 resume navigation.
Okay, now let's try managed heading and see what that does. And we need to bump our speed up big time. There we go, she's dropped the nose. She's going to get our speed taken care of here. So anyway, yes, we do have an episode of World of Warcraft that we posted, it'll be posted today along with this video. These videos are actually, well, World of Warcraft was filmed last night over the weekend, but this flight sim video will be posted today, the day it was videoed. So yeah, you know, we've done a lot of things on the channel other than just flight sim. I know a large majority of you come here from the flight sim. Like I said, don't want you to think that there won't be any more of this. I'm definitely plan on keeping up with the flight sim stuff, looking at doing some other things. I've been wanting to do FS Economy, but of course you can't get it right now. It's not downloadable. They've got it, the download's halted for now for some internal issues or something. So waiting on that. Looked at X-Plane, that might be a possibility. I don't know. Flight simming is something I've done my entire gaming history. The first PC game I ever owned was Chuck Yeager's Advanced Flight Trainer. And that was back in 87-ish, maybe 88, somewhere in there. 87, I think. And so, yeah, I've always been huge into flight simulators. You know, that one, Chuck Yeager's Combat Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator from the early 90s. You know, so it's definitely something I'm really into. I haven't been into it for a long time, but we do have other content. If you haven't looked around on the channel, we actually love playing RimWorld. It's a little colony kind of simulation where you have your little people that you have to kind of guide through their survival and get them off the planet at some point. They've like crash landed on a planet, and it's really weird how how attached you become to these little people. They're almost like little pets or something. You know, they kind of they take this persona on. They each have their own little kind of like personalities. Like one may be a really hard worker and is just like really awesome at everything, and another one may be lazy as hell. Or you might have one that wants to smoke a joint, you know, smoke dope all day long. Or, you know, I mean, it's crazy how these people are. So we enjoyed that. We've done some Wreckfest. We actually started out in our videos doing War Thunder. Actually, that's one of Amerity's favorites. She likes getting in and shooting other tanks, so we did that as well. We haven't done War Thunder in a good long while though. What else have we done? I've done some Farm Simulator. She's wanted to do some with me, but we haven't ever got around to that. I really like Farm Simulator. I would love to do some kind of multiplayer online thing with it at some point. Let's see, what else? Tons of stuff. Tons of other stuff we're looking at. So that's where we're at with that. We're still talking about streaming. We were going to do a stream Friday. We were going to stream Friday, actually both of us, and unfortunately that's not going to work out. So something's come up with Merity's work. She works in the medical field, so her schedule can be kind of really fluid, or you know, it changes a lot at times. So that probably that might not happen Friday. I don't know. I may stream myself Friday. I haven't decided. We still got some things to work on and get figured out, and all that kind of stuff. So not really sure on that. beautiful, beautiful scenery. It really just is. Absolutely love it. Even with all the bugs and the headaches in the sim, I thoroughly enjoy it. You know, it's kind of a headache at times, having to work through some of this stuff. There's a lot of changes I'd like to see. There's a lot of little things that I think would make the sim a lot easier, but you know, just have to kind of wait and see what they do. And let me pull up Pilot2ATC on the other computer here. And let's see, they told us to resume navigation. They have not told us to do anything else.
Volaris 744 climb and maintain flight level 320, contact Mexico Center on 125.1.
320. Alright, let's go up to 320 then. Whoa, a little bit too far there. I mean, we're practically right here at it. Alright, so we're good with that. And then we gotta talk to Mexico Center. Let's do that. And again, thank you for the suggestion on this flight. You know, this is one I thought, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And Guadalajara looks like it's in some mountains too. So, you know, I always seem to gravitate towards these mountain approaches for some reason. Volaris 744 with you, climbing to flight level 320.
Volaris 744, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Okay, there we go. We're good with that. And I'm still looking at a, you know, back to the games list, I'm still looking at a good first-person shooter, something that I can just go in and mindlessly play and not, you know, I've talked before about Rising Storm Vietnam. I really like that one a lot. But for me, the gameplay, if you don't want to die like every 2 minutes, you have to take that at a really slow pace. And sometimes I'm all about that, but there's times where I just want to get right in and rush and shoot and just play the game and not really have to think about it and not have to come up with strategies. You know, I really want something like Battlefield 2. That was my all-time favorite first-person shooter I ever played. Really just enjoyed that. You know, I mean, you get in, you enjoy it. If you die, you get right back in. It's not a big deal. I'm not a fan of battle royales. It's just not my speed. You know, I don't like. There's a little bit of a time investment with battle royale, and you're not guaranteed to get much gameplay out of it, especially if you suck like I do. You know, you may go in for a few minutes and then come up on someone and they kill you and you're done. And you got to start the whole process over again. And that just absolutely does not appeal to me whatsoever. I do play Fortnite with my oldest daughter. She's big into Fortnite. She's actually won some battle royales. It's really just kind of, she was really happy about that. But I like the Team Rumble in that. I like it because if you die, you just get right back in. It's not a big deal, you know. And I've had some really good games on Team Rumble, but the battle royales just don't appeal to me whatsoever. You know, Modern Warfare, Fortnite, the battle royales just are not my speed whatsoever. So I'm looking for something that you just jump right, you know, just mindlessly jump right in, play the game, enjoy it. If you need to get up and leave, you can. You're not out anything. If you, you know, I mean, it's just not a big deal. If you die, it's not a big deal. You know, that is exactly my speed. So I did get Heroes and Generals. I have played Heroes and Generals a lot in the past. So I put it on my new computer. And that may be something that I actually give a try. You know, I up our speed up here some. May give that a try. It's been a long time since I played that, and that is kind of that speed, you know. It's definitely kind of my speed. You know, if you die, you're not out anything, and it's not like a huge time investment to get to a point where you can play. You don't have to go around and gather things. You don't have to, you know, there's not much personal strategy to it. There is in the game itself, but I don't know, it's just more my speed, so I may do that one. I've really enjoyed that one in the past. You guys have any suggestions? What are your favorite FPS to play? You know, another one I really like, you know, I've said or Battlefield 2 is my all-time favorite. I really like Black Ops though. That was a good one too. I enjoyed that one. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we are at cruise altitude, heading to Guadalajara. Look at that weather. Got a few clouds down there, here and there. It's clear off to the, looks like off to the east there. And not so much back to the west. Oh yeah, it's really cloudy over that way. And then got us a high level, you know, high layer of clouds here. So we'll find out. We'll see if it really is marginal VFR in Guadalajara. That'll be interesting to see. Weather still doesn't pan out right. Of course, I've looked at the METAR for certain areas and going in sim, and of course it's nothing like what it says. I think we've had a few videos where it's been like that, where we were expecting one kind of weather and we didn't get that at all. And that's probably one of the more aggravating aspects to me of the sim, especially when you're like planning on taking off on a certain runway because you're going by the METAR, or you're going to land on a certain runway by the real-time METAR, and then you get in sim and it's something completely different and just it jacks you up. You have everything programmed in the plane. You can't, you know, you can't edit your flight plan in the plane, and so you have to start over. And I've run into that issue a few times, and that's probably the most aggravating thing I have experienced. Now, I know other people have a lot of performance issues, and those are definitely bad. I've been very lucky. My performance as a whole has been pretty good. I get the stutters every once in a while. I attribute that to things loading and all that kind of stuff, but for the most part, I've been really super happy with the performance. So, you know, the weather is definitely a big one. I hope they get that sorted out. I hope we get to a point where you look at the weather, you look up the weather for a certain location in real life, and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt when you go into sim, you're going to see something pretty dang close to that. It doesn't have to be exact or spot on, but if your METAR says winds are out of the east and you expect to take off out of the east, I should expect that in the sim too. When you get in, that should be a no-brainer. You got to take off to the east. Clouds may not be 100%, but the wind should, you know. So that's one of the main things. Of course, I'd like to see some other airplanes. There's lots of aircraft I would like to see in sim. I hope that it'll eventually come in time. We'll just have to wait and see. I know there's stuff being worked on. There's CRJ and F-15 that I've been looking at. It looks really cool. That would be so sweet to get that F-15E in sim and be able to do some more military low levels and that kind of stuff. If we get an F-15, I absolutely will have to go to Great Britain, to England, and fly mock loop. That is one I've been wanting to do, so that is definitely on my to-do list as soon as we get an F-15, if that actually happens. Alright, so we're not that far out. We may do a little time acceleration and skip over some of this stuff. So I will catch you guys in a little bit.
Volaris 744 expect the Ange 1 Alpha arrival with the Angel transition for the ILS approach to runway 10 with the DITSO transition at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla International after UPN cleared direct Angel.
Alright, we're back real quick. We were cruising along, zipping along on time acceleration, and we got a call from ATC. Pardon me, losing my voice. Got a call from ATC saying expect the Ang 1 Alpha arrival with the Angle transition for the ILS approach to runway 10 with the DATSO transition after UPN cleared direct Angle Volaris 744. So we'll say that back. And I'm gonna get some water before I lose my voice here.
Runway 10 with the DITSO transition after UPN cleared direct Angel Volaris 744.
Alright, so that is really cool because we are 160 miles outside of the airport. and we already have an idea of what we're going to be doing. And that's one of my biggest beefs with the built-in ATC, is that they drop stuff on you at the last minute. So we know what approach we're going to be making, what runway we're landing on. You can see weather looks like it's building up a little bit as we get into the area. So that ILS approach may be legit. Yeah, we're like right on the edge of the front here, whatever's going on. You see it's clear back over to the east. No, actually, that in the direction we're going, that will be the north. You know what? I'm gonna pull up Pilot2ATC. I'll let you guys take a look at it. All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. As you see, here we are on the moving map. That's really cool. One of my favorite parts about it is that you can get these different maps to load up, and it'll tell you exactly where you are. All, different landmarks and cities and towns and roads. You know exactly what you're going over, and that is super cool. In fact, I plan on doing another VFR flight around DFW, just kind of revisiting that. And we had a user request about looking at some other areas, so we're going to do that, and that's going to be really cool to have this map at the same time and know exactly what we're going over and where we're at. So you can see here we are on the map. I've got airborne aircraft, show airborne traffic. I've got that ticked, but there is nothing in our area at all. Like, it is very quiet here. So that is what it looks like. If you're new to the videos, I got a few previous ones where I've used this program. It's a really cool add-on ATC program. I got a 10-day trial. Didn't know much about it going into it, so the trial was very important for me to figure out exactly what it could do, how it worked out. I wanted to know whether or not this would be something that I absolutely had to have every time I flew an airplane before I spent the money. So the trial has been great so far. I've been really impressed with it, and we'll just have to see how things go towards the end there, but I really do enjoy it. So that is where we're at with that. Here's our plane on the map. We're just fixing to make our turn at UPN. And this is where we will begin our descent. Now, that is the only problem I've had. I've had a few flights where they did not tell me to start my descent. They didn't tell me anything, and I just went with it. I didn't say anything, I didn't request anything, I just wanted to see what would happen, and they wound up overflying me, over the airport at cruise altitude. So the last 2 videos I've done, I've requested a descent, and that kind of sets things in motion. We may do that on this, I'm not sure yet. As you can see, we're making our turn. I think Guadalajara would be more over in this area right here out on the horizon, so the weather may not be as bad over there right now. It may not. Let's drop this back down. We've made our turn, we're on course, and we'll take Pilot2ATC back down. I really haven't done any videos on using or how-to videos of Pilot2ATC. I feel like I'm the last person that needs to be telling anyone how to use Pilot2ATC because I'm just now figuring it out myself. So and that kind of goes for all these flights. I'm not telling anyone how to fly. It's not instructional video. It's purely for entertainment. It's just me learning as I go. So at this point, we are 123 miles out. So question is, do we want to ask for a descent, or do we want to see if they give us one?
Volaris 744 contact Mexico Center on 126.0. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, we'll do that first. 126.0. Volaris 744 with you at flight level 320.
Volaris 744, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Okay. Alright, I see the lake. That's Lake Lago. Let's see, Lago de Chapala. If I'm pronouncing that right. Please forgive me if I am not. Really no clue. Lago de Chapala is what I'm going to go with. But you can see that out in the distance there. So the airport would be right over here in those mountains. I'm assuming that would be my luck. It's going to be right in the middle of those mountains. And we're still waiting on our descent, our call to descend. We are 10 miles out of our top of descent. We'll see. The next few seconds will tell us what's going to happen with that. If not, we'll just request it ourselves. Really hated I didn't get my scheme changed over. I could have swore I picked that plane. Maybe I didn't. Like I said,
744 descend via the ONG-1A arrival with the Angel transition to 11,000 feet, altimeter 3011 at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla International.
Sweet. So they gave us the descend via the plate, the approach, the standard arrival. All that good stuff, and that is absolutely awesome. Okay, let's pull that up real quick. Angel 1A. We are coming from Angel. We need to cross Angel at flight level 200. So we can start that descent now. They gave us the go ahead, and we are way outside of Angel for 200. So I don't know what's up with that. That part kind of sucks, but you know, we'll do what we can. We should have been by Angel at 200, and we are not going to make that at all. And the plane is slowing down now. We pulled the speed back a little bit. Probably shouldn't have done that because
Volaris 744, contact Mexico Center on 123.0. Good day.
All right. Mexico Center, where are you at? Volaris 744 with you.
Volaris 744, this is Mexico Center on 123.0. Please repeat your request.
Volaris 744 with you, descending to flight level 200.
Volaris 744, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hurry up and get down ASAP because we're already above what we should be. Let's see, Angel was supposed to be 200, Ebdeg at 17,000, Dotso at 11,000, and I guess that will turn us back towards the field for the ILS. So we need to get down pronto. We're 87 miles outside of the field, so our altitude, we're not that far off as far as that distance, but getting set up for our approach we are. I'm not really sure why. We're going to keep going with it though. We're going to descend. I mean, that gives us, you know, leeway to descend how we need if we can hit these points. All right, there's Ebdeg, and then Dotso at 11,000. We can get Dotso by 11,000. We'll be set. We'll be good with that. And I'm not going to mess with our speed anymore. Once we level out, we'll pull the speed back, let the plane bleed it off, and then we'll, well, I don't know. Let's try it just a little bit at a time and see what it does. I don't want to delay our descent any at all. You know, and if I pull the speed back too much, the plane will level out and bleed the speed, and then it'll start back descending. And I want to keep the descent continuous, so we're gonna go with what we got. We'll take it on down to 17,000 for EBDEG, which, I mean, we've already busted that one as well. But if I'm reading this like any other standard arrival, it's no lower than 17,000 feet, so you could be above that. You know, it's not saying above it's necessarily a bad thing. It's saying that's the minimum, that's the bottom of what you could be at. So in that respect, we're okay. We're like 3,000 off. Isn't that, so that's not horrible. When you look at it that way, that's not horrible. That's very much doable. And we'll keep plugging along. And we'll start backing off our speed a little bit more. Really like to get our speed down to about 270.
Volaris 744 contact Guadalajara approach on 119.3. Have a good afternoon.
119.3, all right. As I said before, I don't generally make callbacks to these guys. It doesn't seem to matter. Seems like it leads to more issues when you do than well, I don't see Guadalajara approach. Let's see, 119.3. Okay, we'll have to do that manually then. 193. And then we'll swap it over. Volaris 744 with you, descending to 17,000.
Volaris 744 good afternoon. Radar contact. Continue descent via the Anj 1 Alpha arrival. For the ILS approach to runway 10 with the DITSO transition at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla International.
That is so sweet. This is the first time where I've flown in somewhere where they've actually descended us via the standard arrival. So that is one of the options they have. They can tell you to descend via, and then you hit the published altitudes. It's up to you, descend it, you know, to hit the published altitudes. Or they can give you altitudes themselves. You know, they could say descend via the Angle 1 and then or Angel 1 and then maintain 12,000 feet, which means you can descend via the plate with 12,000 feet, but then you got to hold at 12,000 until they tell you otherwise. They may tell you to go on and descend via at that point or another altitude. So that's a really cool aspect of it, something I was very much looking forward to. You know, when you file it in your flight plan, from best I understand, when you file the standard arrival via your flight plan clears you for the lateral navigation and the speeds. You have to maintain the published speeds. That's not negotiable. So lateral and speeds, and then you know, altitudes, either, you know, altitudes ATC will have to clear you on. Like I said, they can give you a descend or a climb via, or they can give you, you know, specific numbers to hit. All right, so here we are coming into Guadalajara. Look at the mountains, very nice. Very, very nice, love it. This was a good pick, I really appreciate this. I like this one a lot. Yeah, let's get our view up just a tad here. So far, so good on the airplane. Everything has looked okay. Let's see, you know, I don't really want to, I don't want to mess with our FMS right now. I'm afraid it's going to goof something up if I do that. So let's go back to our plate, our chart here, and I keep wanting to call it a plate. Long Po at 12,000 feet, so let's go on down to 12K here. I was a little bit worried about the mountains. I didn't notice that on the plate, so chart. I keep wanting to say plate. I don't really think this would be considered a plate. I think this is just a chart. I think your approaches are your plates, and this would just be a chart. But if you know, let me know. I'd like to hear. You know, is it correct to call these your stars plates as well, or is this more of a chart? So Lonpo at 12,000. We are 5 miles out. We have Datso at 11,000, and then we'll turn back in on course for our landing. And the weather looks pretty good here, honestly, so I don't even think we're going to mess with ILS. We'll just we'll fly visually, maybe. We'll see. We might put the ILS in as a backup, but I need to find our nav. Honestly not sure where we set our nav frequencies. I'm not sure on that at all. I don't know. I see our
Volaris
radio.
744 altimeter 3011 cleared for the ILS approach to runway 10 with the Datso transition at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla International.
Okay, here for the approach. We'll say it back to him on this one.
Altimeter 3011 cleared for the ILS approach to runway 10 with the Datso transition Volaris 744.
Alright, let's go down to 11,000. And we'll pull that. And so now our next waypoint is Datso. And I'm looking for the field, trying to get an idea of where that would be at. And it should be right back over here somewhere. I don't see it, but it should. Alright, we're making a turn for something, and I'm not sure why. What are we turning for? Okay. Hang on just a second, because this is not right. What are you doing? This is not right. Why are you turning off course? Because we should go to Datso. We should go to Datso. Yes, that is not right. Whatever you are doing, that is not correct. We should go to Datso. Alright, let's go back to Pilot2ATC. Yeah, it's done got us off course, so we need to pull this way on over. And we're going to go ahead and pull our speed back and get that altimeter changed. And see if we can get kind of back on course. It did not take us to Datso. I think that's because we don't have the let's see, let's go oh, it looks like they changed this up on me. Well, Datso's in there. Let's see, arrival. And oh, I don't know which ILS. It's shoot. 3, okay. And the transition. No, I don't want that. Oh, why'd you do that to me? You know what, we're going to insert that. And we're going to go back on course this way. Okay. I think this is a time I need to pause this for just a second, because I need to pull up this plate and study it just a bit. So we're going to pause this right here. Okay, all right, I've got the plate up. We're good with that. Let's come back on to speed a lot though. We need to stay at 11,000 feet. And we're not going to do this with the FMS. We're going to do this by our own heading because I don't trust it. So we need to circle back around. We need to hit Dannon at 11,000 feet. Then let's see, what is this? GL612 at 11. No, GL612 at 9,400. Okay. It didn't, when I loaded this plate in, it didn't give us a transition. The .so transition is 11,000 feet actually to this point. It comes off like a T. So we could technically go to that, which we may do. It's 018 heading. We'll go a little bit further. We'll go a little bit further. And we need to go to that. There we go. ILS mode is up. Take a look, there's lots of mountains around here to fly into, so that's what we've got to watch. We really need to watch that. We'll come back on our speed a little bit more. And we'll get our first stone flaps. There we go, we're good on that. All right, 018. We'll make that turn. Okay. We're like literally like right here on top of it, so I don't know how well this is going to work out, but we'll see. Pulling on back to 200 knots. There's just too much general wonkiness with the FMC for me to, you know, the flight management computer, the whole system as a whole. I don't trust it completely to let it do it. So we're just going to kind of go with this. Look at there, beautiful, beautiful mountain view there. We're going to stay at 11,000. Now let's see.
Volaris 744 descend via the DITSO transition to 1,000 feet.
Okay, we're at 1,000 feet, so we're good with that. And Dannon at 11,000, and then GL612 at 9,400, 613 at 8,200, 614 at 7,300, mandatory 6,400 at 615, and that's when we'll pick up the glide slope, and then we'll be good from there. These mountain approaches always make me really tense. Like I start having flashbacks to Mexico City, our first approach into there. What is our heading off here? 108 degrees. We go ahead and start making that turn to 108. Yep, picking up the localizer now, so let's go on to 108. Hopefully we won't overfly it too much. Yeah, we did a little bit there. We did a little bit. Alright, let's drop our speed on back. 190, you get another notch of flaps. And we're going to have to fly back the other way just a tad to pick up that, pick up the localizer. And we need to go on down. Well, no, not yet. Double check visually before I descend down to 9,400. Okay, I think we're good for that. Let's come on down to a 9,400. And we're heading 128. And let's pull that and get on down. We missed the glide slope, so we need to come on down ASAP. Why is it not doing that? Or are you not descending us? You should be descending us. And now she wants to. Alright, let's do this on localizer. And we'll let her pick up the localizer, and we'll have to do the altitudes ourselves here. I think we'll be alright on that. And I think I see the field. I'm not sure on that. Let's see. We need to get down to 8,200. 8,200. Come on down. Come on down. And we're still a little bit above the glide slope. Hopefully we'll come on down below it. We need to be at 6,000 feet by GL615. By here, GL615 right there. Yeah, well this train, we're pretty close. Let's come back to 170. There, get another notch flaps. And let's see. GL614 needs to be 7,300.
Altimeter 3011 at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla International Contact Tower on 118.1. Enjoy your afternoon.
118.1. Let's do that real fast. Volaris 744 has field in sight.
Volaris 744 altimeter 3011 at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla International Contact Tower on 118.1. Enjoy your afternoon.
Oh, we didn't. Volaris 744 has field in sight.
Volaris 744 continue approach, winds are light and variable, cleared to land runway 10.
Alright, let's go ahead and take autopilot off. Let's do manage airspeed. And we're going to follow the ILS down the rest of the way. We can go ahead and get our gear and full flaps. Yeah, we're a little bit below. The field looks really weird to me at this point. I see two things that kind of look like a runway, but I think the left one is the actual runway. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. There we go. Now it's starting to come into sight. I was seeing something else on the other side there that I just wasn't 100% sure about, and I know something we forgot. As usual, forgot the landing lights. I'm gonna do that real quick. Probably forgot some other stuff too, but you know, we got a lot going on. We got a ton going on here. Throw manage airspeed mode. The plane is taking care of our airspeed for us now. We're letting it do that. It manages your airspeed depending on your flap setting and all that good stuff. And your gear, it's got us on our final approach speed of a hair over 140 knots, give or take. We're a little bit high on the approach. We need to get our brakes set here, our auto brakes. We're going to set those on max. And we're not going to worry, well, we could arm spoilers. And I think that's armed, I'm honestly not sure. We're not too terribly worried about that. 1,000 feet. Gear down, free green. Flaps are full. On the glide slope. Everything's looking good so far. Looks like we're a little bit high. Just a tad, yeah, we're getting just a tad high here. Been a while since I've flown this plane. We'll have to see how this goes. Been a good while for sure. Been about a week, about a week, give or take. And we got good visual on the runway. Everything looks good. We're not gonna worry about the glide slope too terribly much right now. 500 feet. A little bit high now. And we gotta wait for the Airbus roll when we get ready to pull back the power and touch down, of course. If you've flown the Airbus, you're very aware of that. If not, the plane wants to roll to the left, usually to the left, when you get ready to touch down.
5.
Oh, a little bit of a bounce on the nose wheel there, but that's all right.
Volaris 744 exit runway when able.
All right, we'll get some reversers here. We'll get it down below 60. All right, 60 knots. And we'll hit the brakes. We'll come off the brakes. Let's exit out of the airplane and get ready to get off the active. Welcome to Guadalajara, everyone. That was a really cool approach. Of course, lots of mountains all around. It was a beautiful approach over some mountains into town. And thank you again for that suggestion. That was a really good one, and I enjoyed that a lot. So we'll go ahead and clear the active. I don't know if we're going taxi all the way in. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Get our flaps up. You know what? We'll try taxi real quick. We'll park right here for a second, and we'll call up ground just for the... We'll call up ground for the heck of it, and let's see what they have to say. Let's see, where you at? Taxi, taxi active runway, Volaris 744 requests taxi to the gate.
Volaris 744 taxi to gate 19 via taxiways Bravo, Alpha, Delta.
All right, there we go. We got our taxi instructions. Bravo, Alpha, Delta, even though I have no real clue what that is here. Bravo, Alpha, Delta. Let's, let me find it on my chart here real quick. Bravo, Alpha, Delta. There's the parking spots. Here we go. Bravo, Alpha, Delta. Okay, I see it. We got it. We're set. We are now currently on Bravo, per the chart that I'm looking at. And we'll hook a left on Alpha. We'll go by Charlie. This is Bravo right here, goes all the way into the ramp. But we'll make a left on Alpha. And here we go, we'll make this left right here. All right, the next one will be a Charlie, yeah, that's right, Charlie. And then the next one after that will be Delta. And I have no clue on the gate, so we'll just wing it on that one. Not using nose wheel steering, I'm using my joystick for it. I like, you know, sometimes you have to use nose wheel depending on your speed. But I really like using the joystick because it's a lot smoother turns. With nose wheel, you know, when you're using keys for nose wheel, it's either all or nothing. So you can't make really nice gradual turns. I don't know why in the hell that twin engine is sitting over there. Yeah, okay. You know what? We'll go this gate up here. We'll take this in right here. Hopefully we're guessing right. I really don't know which gate is which, but we'll see. They got all the stuff there waiting on us, catering and baggage, and let's hop back in the airplane and get started that way. Whoa. There we go. I had to take a look. A little bit blind there. There we go. I got you. Look at there. Good right there. Is that good? You gonna pull me straight ahead? Okay. All right. Let's hit the brakes here real quick. Got us. Come on. There we go. Oh, you're gonna get out of my view here in a second, dude. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Another great trip, guys. Thank you again for the suggestion. Also forgot to mention earlier, hit subscriber number 50, actually 51 now. And I am so blown away and grateful for everyone's support, your likes, your subscriptions, your comments. It definitely, it really just blows my mind. And I love doing this for you guys, and look forward to doing more. Like I said, there will be some other content. So, you know, like I said, don't get freaked out if you see something else posted. I'm not done with flight simulators by no means. And I think that's going to do it for this one. We'll hop out and look at the plane one last time in the airport for our user there, so he can get an idea of what Guadalajara looks like. Not too bad, honestly, not too bad. Good looking airport. Beautiful scenery. Really nice. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you all have a great start to your week, and please, if you did enjoy this video, remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff is greatly appreciated, and we will catch you in the air next time. Peace.